on, everybody? My name is Danny Ferrari.
My name is Parker Ament.
And we are Excellent Sound, and we have full YouTube energy today.
Dude, straight up, over 9,000% YouTube energy.
And we have glasses on.
Studious.
Students, be ready. We're going to be showing you guys an amazing
Give me
trick.
one of these.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Sir?
Sir?
Gentlemen?
There you go.
Sir? We're going to show you the most used bass in the entire Skrillex Quest for Fire
Would you
album.
say overused?
No. They're alterations of it, but essentially we're going to teach you how to make one bass in this video, and you're going to be able to take that bass and essentially be able to make any type of bass that's very similar to the one in Quest for Fire. Pretty cool. Guys, let's talk for a second. Put your hands up like this.
Like this.
Gorilla early access list. You guys have less than a week and a half. If you're not on that list and you missed your chance to purchase, so if you really need to...
Did you look? Did you look?
Did.
You always got to look.
Gross. You really got to make sure you guys are on that list if you want to get your early access copies, okay? 7 project files. 6 are Skrillex project file remakes. We have a secret redacted pack included called Can't Say It. Total of 475 Serum presets, which is insane.
That's almost 500 Serum presets.
It's almost 500.
It almost is.
Quick math, student.
Yep. Let's do
teacher.
it.
Not to mention over 2 gigs of samples, loops, melodies. We'll put a nice little free download for this sound in the description. You'll be able to kind of alter it and make any different sound with it. And yeah, like, subscribe, comment. Let's fucking get into it, bro. How was that,
jump
dude?
right in, dude. That was so studious. Oh.
Classes in session, okay? We both have glasses. We found these today, and we're wearing them. So you're just going to have to deal. All right, so we got a couple examples of some of the songs from the Quest for Fire album. I'm going to go through, and first I'm going to show you guys how to make the bass, and then I'll kind of show you examples of it being used in the alterations. But let's just say for Inhale, Exhale, right? This sound right here. That's it. No copyright.
That's it.
So basically, in this entire album, he's using an FM bass, and it's actually very simple to make, and it sounds really good in the space. But there's different alterations that it seems like he's done to it to make it sound different, but also cohesive. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with this, and the bass I'm gonna make here is not gonna be the one in the free download. The free download is gonna be these ones. If there's other songs that you were hoping that we would kind of cover, don't worry, we're gonna be doing some remakes later. We're saving those for you. Okay.
We got some surprises.
Okay, so let's start with just like a basic Serum patch. We'll go ahead and choose a good note, not A. A sucks.
Yeah, A sucks.
How about a F? All right. So let's go ahead and start with a sine wave like so, okay, on oscillator A, and then oscillator B is also going to be a sine wave, okay? Turn the level down on oscillator B, and on oscillator A, go ahead and select FM from B and turn that up to about halfway, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and add a macro to the octave of oscillator B so that I can do alterations like so. That's about a 2 octave. That's 1. That's 0. Put it around right there, okay? That sounded pretty good. So the other thing too is the main envelope, which is kind of more like a little faster, pluckier. You're going to be manipulating this as we go along, but just go ahead and make a sort of slow attack, a little bit of decay, and a decent amount of release, okay? It's already sounding like it.
Yeah.
Right? All right, so the main point so far is we have a sine bass, right? And we have another sine bass being FM'd into it. And then we have different sort of octaves on this oscillator, the carrier, to create different harmonics. This is really smart.
Oh, do it,
shit.
dude.
This is so studious.
So studious.
All right. As you FM more or you add a different octave, it introduces more harmonics. All right, so if I turn the FM knob, more harmonics, right? Same thing with the octave. If I put the FM back to about halfway and I turn this new macro that we made, the octave macro. Well, don't we get something for being a teacher? Like
I think
discounts
we get
at like Arby's or something.
Yeah.
Teacher discount?
Some Chili's.
Yeah. Okay, so if I raise the octave up, this right here.
There they are.
I want you to see these 2 little points right here. It's almost like kind of dissonant. A lot of his sounds will have these sort of 2 points in them. I've just noticed that. The red lip space is very similar to that.
Yeah.
So that's with the FM. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave the octave around here. Right around there. Okay. Now, most people, they'll go ahead and do this, and they'll put a low-pass filter, but not Skrillex. What does he do? He does a bandpass filter. Why? Because bandpass has this really cool vocalness about it, okay?
Here, move it faster.
Is that fast enough?
Yep. Boom.
I'm going to do a different envelope for this one. You can use the same one if you want, but let's do a different one. Do something more like this. I'm going to put it on the cutoff. I'm going to make it go both ways because what happens is if it goes both ways, it's going to pitch down further back, which is super cool because then you get some more like sort of pitchiness to it. Add a little bit of drive, a little bit of resonance. right? And then you can add a sub oscillator if you want. Got to be careful, though, because this will get a little hot, okay? Maybe some fat.
A little spicy, dude. A little spice.
This is everything. This right here, this bandpass right here is all the sounds.
Zoom in on that, dude. Zoom in.
Look at it, okay? And then go ahead and add a macro to this as well. So if you have different pitches, you kind of mess around with it like that. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll call this one cut off. Cut odd. Perfect.
Cut odd.
Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so there's that. Now, if you want to go ahead and at this point and expand on it, the next thing to do would be to add just a little bit of distortion. Also, make sure both of these are set to just one, like going to random, like so they start at the same point. So yeah, if I add like a multiband, I get a little too sizzle. I don't want that. His are very dark, and as Parker would like to say,
undercooked.
There you go.
That was a little long, but right. I got it. I got it.
They don't know that.
No.
So the multiband gets a little much. So in order to kind of tame the high ends, this is a big thing too. Is like this sort of low pass at the end, right? Right. You could do something more like that. And then another big thing too is there's usually like a notch sometimes. Oh, not that much. I'm gonna turn this off. And then you can kind of move this band right here and get some kind of cool vocally stuff, or maybe it goes backwards. So yeah, I like to do this a lot. Kind of brings that first frequency out a little bit more. But that's like pretty much like it. Like it's really that simple. If you want to add more, you can add another filter here and like dial it in a little bit more. You want that really low sound. Maybe put the cut odd on this sucker right here. And then have this be your final cutoff. Right? Whatever you want. It's the main thing is the bandpass. If you want to add a little bit of width, turn down the mix, turn down the size, add a little bit of mix. A little too much. Right? Okay. So what's cool about this bass is, like, I'm going to show you right now. This bass is pretty much made in every single one of these songs, okay? So these are just quick. These aren't, like, perfect remakes. These are just, like, quick just to kind of show the point, right? Okay, so the concept. So inhale, exhale. Whoa, 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 whoa. We kind of made that right here.
Yeah.
That's a little too resonancy, but let's go ahead and show that. I'm going to go ahead and pull this one up. If I open up the patch, same thing.
Same thing, dude.
This macro's on the octave as well. Oh yeah, another thing too is you can add sync to it. I forgot to do that. Let's do that actually real quick. So if we want to get some different tonality, right? I'm going to go back into this patch. Just a little resonances. Okay, so let's say you want to add a little bit more tonality. You can use sync as well. This is a good thing to put on a macro. Even more harmonics are being added, which is kind of a really cool thing. So like in this one, like we were saying, it's all about where the bandpass is. Effects, all the same stuff we were just talking about. Again, another low MG low at the back, a little bit different for the notch right there. And the attack and decay are pretty much similar, long release. And then FM too is another thing that you can, if you want to get more highs as well, that's like a simple alteration, okay? So, and then there's also this sound, which is, right? That sound itself is pretty much made the same way. Yeah, it's crazy how much you could do with this sound. It's like so good.
There's really like 5 concepts in the one sound that he's just manipulating in every song.
Yeah, this one has like a little bit more vocal formants in it and stuff. All these sounds are going to be in the brand new Gorilla pack for the early access, so don't worry about if you're going to be missing out. We're going to have like the actual better remade ones. You guys will see. Anyway, so yeah, just to kind of show you, and then you could do stuff like this, like sometimes putting a macro on like the attack and stuff like that is kind of fun to be able to do. Right, make it more, mess around with the decay and stuff like that. That'll get you some cool stuff. Oh yeah, and then also too, if you didn't notice too, these ones have different octaves too. This one's plus up an octave, right? And this one's up 2. So that's like kind of an example for that one. For tears. So this one, we got this little thing. Okay, so that sound is very, very similar. Again, this one I have just a little bit of processing because of like that high pitched sort of tone that's on there. I use a little bit of auto pan at the end. But this one, again, same sort of thing, right? Okay, don't mind this. This isn't doing anything. All right, it's a little bit slower of an attack. And the big thing about this one is that it's up about 5 octaves, right, from the FM. And then this is same thing as sort of moving with this envelope. And then if you go into the effects, it's pretty much the same thing. Now this one's like not like perfect, but like I could, we could sit here and nail it. But this is the general idea of it, right? It's a high octave FM from B and a sine wave.
All of these sounds are the same steps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is the core of the sound.
Right. You got a sine wave, right? You got FM, you got a band pass and a low pass, and then you have quick or slower attack and decay and some release. That's pretty much it, right?
That's it, dude.
Another example would be like from Street, right? Like this one. That's kind of more of like a hit, right? Very similar. Okay? But this one is going to have a little bit quicker of an attack because it's more punchy, right? So the attack is a little bit faster. And it's just hitting that band pass back really quick. FM's pretty much in the same spot, a little bit of sync, and again, same sort of processing. Maybe more highs that are coming in on that low pass. That's pretty much it. For Hyfrate, right? So Hyfrate, right? That specific sound is like pretty much similar to the sound we just heard. Okay? Same thing with this one, okay? Open it up, look, what is it? Band pass, sine wave, okay? Octave, +2. All this stuff is the same. Kind of cool that he just used like the same sound and just recycled it and made it cool because it fit well.
It adds cohesion to the whole album.
Yeah.
They're not just a bunch of singles thrown together. Like there's like a concept behind it, you know?
Yeah. That's the UK sort of bass that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So here's another thing that you can do, which is kind of cool. Oh, look, this same fucking bass again, right? So what's cool about this one is we add a little bit of noise on top that kind of has that sound. The band pass is essentially in the same sort of position. And what's happening is this is a little bit more sustained. You could pull this down. That's the bounce. This is the biggest part about getting the bounce, and that's essentially you're hearing the pitch of a band pass sort of sweep forward and come back, and it sounds like it's pitching, but even though you're hitting one note, I mean, it is technically pitching because the frequency is sweeping through and then coming back really fast, and that kind of creates this boom, boom, this sort of bounciness, right? And that's like the main thing about the sound is like the bounce, I would say.
Yeah.
But what's cool about this one, this is another thing you guys can add. This is like a classic FM sort of like Joyride or Abstract sort of basses. A lot of them are using pitch envelopes. So we have a very fast pitch envelope right here, okay? And that is set to the master tune, okay? You could go ahead and do what we did. We did LFO1 right here to the master tune, and then we adjusted it to, I guess, 32, have it push forward, and set that to macro 4. And what that means is this is your dry wet. It has that tung, tung, that little...
Yeah, it gives it that bouncy
It's
attack.
that bass house sound.
Yeah,
it's this.
dude.
It's a little pitch envelope, very fast. And it gives it just a little bit more character. Right? Super cool. A lot of operator sounds, they always have like a pitch envelope.
Oh, yeah, they do, man.
Guys, that's pretty much it as far as all those sounds. You can see they're very, very similar. We're going to go ahead and give you that last preset in the description down below for you guys to mess around and tweak. We'll have some macros. Take them on, turn them off, maybe throw some other types of wavetables in there, like some squares into sines. Like you can get some interesting stuff.
Yeah, and this was also like really fun to be sound designing stuff that doesn't have a lot of mids or crunch or like distortion, And it was kind of a cool challenge to like play with and see how fat we can get these sounds without like throwing OTT on or like pushing the saturator all the way up.
Yeah, there's something that's really nice about these sounds that they are undercooked, as you would say.
Yeah.
In the sense that they don't need a lot of processing, but they're supposed to sound darker and sort of, and that's what, when you use them correctly like he does, you get this amazing album, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So hopefully you guys learned something. Again, if you guys want to make sure that you get your copy of Gorilla with all the bonuses, all the project files, entered into the contest, you got to be on that early access, and on March 15th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, be ready on our website and get your copy. Okay?
Yeah, there's so many details that we're not talking about right now, but it's all on that page. So just go to the description, go click on that link, and just check it all out.
That's it. Stay tuned. We got some more banger remakes.
Oh, we got some more killer remakes. We got some killer sound design toots coming up.
Yeah, we got some serious sound design
we're going to be tooting it up.
We're going to be tooting that shit up. All right, cool. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that other bullshit. Let's get out of here.
Let's go.